My name is Joe Bobner. I'm the plant manager here at KTP. And on behalf of my 4,600 colleagues here, we'd like to welcome you this morning. I want to thank you for joining us to discuss some very exciting news about our plant. The Kentucky Truck Plant team has been really busy building 3 great products. Starting with the Ford Super Duty, a member of the Ford F-Series lineup, the nation's #1 selling product for the past 33 years, the top selling truck for 38 years. The 2015 Super Duty was recognized by J.D. Power as best in class for the full-size pickup truck segment. That was really just a validation of the tremendous team we have here at KTP to be able to achieve that. The Expedition and Lincoln Navigator, both of which have continued to grow market share over the past year and show great progress. Last year we announced an investment of $80 million that resulted in 350 jobs to support the growing demand of the Super Duty. And we're here again today to build upon our success at Kentucky Truck Plant with even more exciting news. To tell you more about the significance of today's event, I have the honor to welcome back to Kentucky a great advocate of our 2 plants here in Louisville and the city of Louisville, Joe Hendricks, Ford's President of the Americas.
Well, good morning, everyone. It's great to be back here in Louisville and, of course, on this exciting day. Thank you, Joe. Joe and I have worked together for nearly 14 years. We worked together when he was at St. Louis and he was at Louisville Assembly Plant, and, of course, here today. And Joe's been a great member of this community for Ford and for all of you, and a big advocate for the plants here. Let me start by thanking some of our important guests we have here with us today. Of course, I think right behind me, here he's retiring in less than a week now, the great governor of Kentucky, Governor Beshear. We also have your great mayor from the city of Louisville, Greg Fisher, who's been a very strong supporter of ours. Greg? We have state representatives Larry Clark, Jeff Donahue, Tom Reiner, and Ron Krim are with us, I think in the front here. Welcome, thank you. We have representatives from Congressman John Yarmouth and Senator Rand Paul's office, so thank you for joining us as well. We have a number of the Metro Council members, including Council President David Tandy, with us. Thank you, David. We have representatives from the Cabinet for Economic Development, Kentucky Association of Manufacturers, and Greater Louisville, Inc. Thank you all for joining us. And of course, we have the great employees of the Kentucky Truck Plant. Thank you all for coming out. We have our UAW partners, which some of them will be announced. Of course, appreciate the folks who came down from Detroit, but also all our UAW friends here. And we have some of our great dealers and, of course, members of the media. Thank you so much. Love the turnout today because, of course, we have a lot of great news to celebrate. As I mentioned, it's great to be back here at Louisville. I've had the privilege of being here several times to make some great announcements, including, as was referenced by Joe last year. It truly is one of the honors of my job to be able to come and celebrate with our great employees in our communities events like this. In January of last year, I stood here with all your support and announced 350 new jobs and $80 million investment to support the growing customer demand for Ford F-Series Super Duty. Joe mentioned that. The F-Series is still going strong as America's best-selling vehicle and truck for more than 30 years. Ford has operated a Kentucky Truck Plant for more than 45 years and Louisville Assembly Plant for more than 60 years, and of course in Louisville for over 100 years. Together, KTP and LAP employ more than 9,000 workers and produce more than 2,000 vehicles a day. Taking into account the job multiplier effect that's been studied by others outside our industry, our Ford employees here in Louisville have helped create or support over 80,000 jobs in the community. Joe mentioned the products, but here at Kentucky Truck Plant, there's no better place to see how Ford and Lincoln are anticipating and delivering exactly what customers want and deserve. This team helps us produce leading full-size and luxury SUVs in the Ford Expedition and Lincoln Navigator, and play a huge role in making us the undisputed truck leader in America. When you think of Kentucky Truck Plant, you think built Ford tough Super Duty trucks, the epitome of America's work truck. Now, you don't have the best-selling truck for 38 years running. By the way, it will be 39, unless you listen to customers, constantly improve, and live and breathe trucks like we do at Ford Motor Company. That's how Super Duty has become the undefeated heavyweight champion of getting work done. And those of you in Louisville know something about undisputed heavyweight champions. With best-in-class towing and payload that customers want and need. It's a big reason why Ford trucks are chosen more than any other brand by industries that demand the most durable, advanced truck on the market. Our customers do work. And as you may know, we recently unveiled the highly anticipated 2017 Ford Super Duty at the Texas State Fair. With an all-new high-strength steel frame, segment-first high-strength military-grade aluminum alloy body, stronger axles, springs, suspensions, 16 class-exclusive new smart features, including up to 7 cameras and adaptive cruise control that works even while towing a 15-ton trailer. Its Ford-engineered, Ford-built gasoline and diesel engines and transmission powertrains make this the best truck. The all-new Super Duty will be the toughest, smartest, most capable Super Duty truck lineup ever produced, and it, of course, will be built right here at Kentucky Truck Plant. And the Super Duty truck is why we're here today. And again, thank you all for joining us. It's my pleasure to announce we are adding 2,000 new UAW jobs and investing another $1.3 billion here at the Kentucky Truck Plant. Now, all of this is to support the all-new Ford F-Series Super Duty truck. This investment will support an all-new body shop, retooling, and facility upgrades to meet what we know will be high demand for the all-new Super Duty, which goes on sale late next year. Adding more jobs and further investing enables us to better serve customers and contribute more to the great communities we serve. Two things that are important to all of us. And all of this success is a testament to all of you who have helped make Louisville such an important part of Ford for a very long time. To all the Kentucky Truck employees that are with us today, thank you so much for all your hard work and the work you continue to do for us. To our suppliers, our dealers, and our UAW partners that are here with us today, thank you so much for your support and your hard work on behalf of Ford each and every day. We look forward to continuing our commitment to the Commonwealth of Kentucky and the City of Louisville. Congratulations, everyone. I want to thank you all personally for all your support. This community is very important to Ford Motor Company. Now, with that, I now have the privilege to welcome up a tireless supporter for Ford Motor Company for manufacturing in the Commonwealth of Kentucky, and frankly, a personal friend. Governor Beshear has worked over the past 8 years to ensure Ford's success here in Louisville. You know, it's been said you find out who your friends truly are in tough times, not in the good times. And when Governor Beshear took office in 2008, I had the privilege of running our North American and Global Manufacturing Organization, and you all know what kind of time that was. There were threats to the plant across the road here in the city of Louisville, Louisville Assembly Plant, and we were considering making investments into KTP. And the governor and his administration went right to work on day one and have been supporting us ever since. And one of the reasons why we're here today to celebrate the over 9,000 jobs that we have here in the city of Louisville is because of the great support we received from Governor Beshear. And I want to personally thank you, Governor, for all your personal friendship and support during those tough times. And of course, it all gets to be the great result we have here today. And we wanted to make sure we had a chance to do this before you left office as again, our recognition of your support. So Governor Beshear, please come on up. I have a little token of our appreciation for you. Governor Beshear. So we were thinking about what do you give the governor when he's leaving office for all his support. And so what better than a Super Duty truck built right here at KTP. And of course, they couldn't be here today, but Bill Ford and Mark Fields signed along with myself in recognition of all of your support. Thank you so much, Governor.
Thank you very much. Well, thank you, Joe, and thanks to all of you all for being here on a very, very exciting day. As many of you know, this is my last week in office, and I'm just glad that there's going to be 2,000 more jobs here because I'm looking for another gig. So I'm going to have to figure out where the applications are and get started. Seriously, what a great way to go out of office. What a wonderful way to cap off my 8 years as the Commonwealth's governor. You know, when I took office, the economy was starting to head south. And soon thereafter, we all faced the worst recession of our lifetimes, the worst recession since the Great Depression of the last century. During that time, when many plants were closing or moving, we invested a lot of time and energy with Ford, just like Joe said. We wanted to make sure that we gave Ford every opportunity not only to stay here, but to grow here. And look at where we are. Today is yet another example of how that investment in time and energy in building a partnership has paid off for Kentucky. As Joe told you, this announcement follows more than $200 million in retooling and expansions announced earlier this year for both the Kentucky truck plant and the Louisville assembly plant. Those improvements collectively created 1,000 new jobs, many more than were originally projected. This tremendous investment and commitment to new job creation reconfirms the strength of a more than a century-long relationship between the Commonwealth of Kentucky and the Ford Motor Company. While today's announcement is tremendous news for Ford and also for 2,000 Kentucky families that are going to find work and good-paying jobs right here at Ford, thousands more in the Commonwealth will benefit in all of the different Kentucky industries that supply materials to Ford. Folks, that includes the 480 automotive-related facilities in Kentucky that employ almost 90,000 people. It also includes the 150 aluminum facilities in Kentucky, from smelters to mills to manufacturers of high-end goods. In this era of lightweighting, the aluminum industry is a major asset here in Kentucky, where some 18,000 Kentuckians work in it. Kentucky's economic development successes in the past 8 years have been pretty phenomenal. From a high unemployment rate during that recession of almost 11%, last month our unemployment rate is down to 4.9%, one of the lowest in the entire nation. Kentucky's not only recovered from that Great Recession, but our economic activity is the highest in the state's history. Last year, Kentucky announced a record business investment in the Commonwealth of $3.7 billion. Today, with Ford's announcement, I'm happy to report that we have broken last year's record. We don't have final numbers yet because December is shaping up to be an extremely good month for economic development, but we have already exceeded that $3.7 billion figure. Ford is a major reason why Kentucky ranks #1 per capita in vehicle production in the United States and #3 overall. We fully expect that with Ford's continued work in the areas of lightweighting and other innovations, Kentucky's future in the automotive industry will continue to be bright. We thoroughly appreciate Ford's continued confidence in the Commonwealth's workforce and its pro-business environment, and we look forward to expanding this relationship even more in the future. What we're celebrating here today may be a lightweight announcement for Ford, but it is a heavy-duty benefit for the Commonwealth of Kentucky. Thank you all very much, and congratulations. Thank you. And now I've got a presentation for Joe. Joe Henricks has a real relationship with the Commonwealth of Kentucky. He actually worked here for a while, in addition to all of the other places in the world that he has been with Ford Motor Company. But Louisville and Kentucky, I know, has a special place in his heart. And so, Joe, if you would come up, I am commissioning you as a Kentucky Colonel. And from now on, Mark Fields and all of the other folks must refer to you as Colonel Hendricks.
Well, thank you, Governor Beshear, for all the unwavering support for the team here at Kentucky Truck all through all your years. Next, I'd like everyone to please welcome another great friend of Ford and a longtime supporter of Ford, the Mayor of Louisville, Greg Fisher.
Thank you. Well, I too want to extend my congratulations and appreciation to everybody. Joe Henricks, thank you. John Savona, down here, longtime friend. Joe Bobner, everyone from Ford's management team, and our special relationship with the UAW as well. Todd Dunn, thank you for everything. Jimmy Settles isn't here, but we send our best to him and all the folks, our partners here in Louisville from the UAW. The teamwork that you all have exhibited over the years has been nothing short of fantastic. I also want to recognize Angela Leet and Pat Mulvihill that are here with President Tandy of our council. Thank you guys for showing the support for our great corporate partner here as well. And Glenn Stuckel is in the house as well. Glenn, thank you, buddy. Good to see you. We've had a great governor for 8 years, and this is bittersweet, I'm sure, for him as he goes through his swan song, but what a way to go out on top. His team, what they've done in terms of crafting the right environment and the right package for Ford to expand in Louisville, it cannot be overstated how much they have done. And so it takes a lot of folks to bring this here together. Governor, I think you know you've got a special place in the heart of a lot of Kentuckians. These are great jobs, wonderful jobs, adding to our city here. So I too just want to say you've done an amazing job. We're going to miss you, but thank you so much for everything that you've done. All right, here's what I love about Ford and the UAW. When the world was in a recession and when the global manufacturing industry was trying to find its way, you guys stepped up like nobody else. You said, we've been doing the work, it is tough, but we got our financial house in order, we've got our relationship between management and labor in order, and we're going to get through this thing. It's one thing to say it, it's another thing to do it. When we focus just here on KTP, and you all taking care of the daily work of this plant. Over 5 million of the F-Series Super Duty trucks have been produced at this plant. 5 million. That's what I call taking care of business, performing day in and day out to show the world that we're ready not just for today, but for tomorrow as well. Daily work. Then when you think about the continuous improvement that Ford and UAW have done together in terms of constantly improving the way that you guys work together, efficiency, driving down cost, improving productivity. You all understand that this is a global marketplace, and that if we're not the best in the world at KTP and LAP, we don't have jobs. We don't have innovation. You came together and made that happen. And when you think about the third ingredient to be successful, innovation or breakthrough, the amount and the speed of new products that you all roll out that delights your customers is unparalleled in the auto and truck industry. So you guys are hitting it 1, 2, 3 like no other company in the world. Fortunately, you're here in Louisville. And fortunately, the folks in Detroit are smart enough to know to invest more here in Louisville. We appreciate that. But it takes all of us working here together, and you've been fantastic. The last part, and to me, really important, we got to take care of business, but the heart that Ford and UAW show to our community is awesome. The philanthropy that goes to our nonprofits, the UAW, Todd and I many times talking late at night. What about these handicap ramps? Where are the next one's going to go in? We got these veterans that need some help. How about that camp that you guys are building for them? You all have never said no to helping somebody in need in our community. Most recently, the Veterans Day Parade. We all stepped up once again and said, we're proud to be here, we're proud to be Americans. So we're here today to celebrate a big announcement. But I just wanted to pass along my appreciation for the jobs, the investment, but most of all, what y'all mean to the heart of the community. Because at the end of the day, that's what we got. If we don't have a great community with a great heart, we're not going to win in this global economy, and all of you all are getting it done together, and I really, really appreciate it. We've got a long history. Ford Motor Company and the city of Louisville have come a long way since Ford started making Model Ts at the corner of 3rd and Breckenridge in 1913, 102 years ago. And with this investment, it's clear to me that we've got a super bright future ahead of us. So great job. Congratulations to everybody.
Thank you, Mayor Fisher. Next, I'd like everyone to please welcome my business partner here at KTP, Scott Estridge, UAW Building Chairman for the finest truck builders in the world.
Thank you, Joe. Good morning. I'm glad everybody took time out of their busy schedule to come here today. I'm excited to stand up here to talk about the investments that's going on and all the jobs that this has created. I'd like to thank Joe Hendricks from Ford and Daryl Nolan representing Jimmy Settles for trusting this leadership and trusting this membership to invest in here for our growth. I like to, one of the things I can tell you, I took office 8 years ago. It was me and Joe's goal to make this plant the #1 plant. And I think with all the investments and growth that we got going on right now, this is going to be one of the largest and best plants in North America. But I would like to say this, and as much as all the investments is going on, none of this would be possible if it wasn't for the dedication and the hard work of the membership out there. They're the ones that take pride to make sure that every one of those trucks that come off this line are the best quality trucks that is built. And if you look at it today, the quality for the Super Duty is at the highest quality levels. So I would like to personally thank the membership, and that is the hourly and the salary people that work the line every day. My promise to you is I will still be a voice with Ford and the UAW to make sure that we can keep growing. You know, we never want to get happy or satisfied where we're at. You know, this investment, Joe, we need more money. We always need more money. So, but I'm very proud, and I'm very lucky to represent, which I think is the greatest membership, and so I'm very thankful for everything going on. Next, I would like to introduce Mike Abel, the international rep from Region 8.
Good morning. It's great to be here today. Bring you greetings from Region Director Ray Curry. Ray Curry wanted to be here today, but he's got other commitments. Executive board meeting. He always likes coming to Kentucky, and he's told me to make sure that I let you know that he would be here if there's any way possible. Before I start, I'd just like to take a special privilege, if I could, to recognize Governor Beshear on behalf of the UAW. You've always been a partner with the UAW and Ford Motor Company. We wish you nothing but the best in your retirement, and we certainly appreciate all you've done for us. You know, I started my career out here a few years ago, right here at this plant, and I've seen a lot of changes in this plant since that time. And it's great to see now. You know, we've been through the good and the bad. It's good to see the continued growth and investment in the future of this facility. It's good for the community. It's good for this plant, and it's good for the membership here at 862. But you know, all this wouldn't be possible without a joint commitment from the union and the company. In my long career, I've seen a lot of different leadership teams here at this facility. But I believe that the current leadership here, Joe Bobner and his management team, Todd Dunn and Scott Eskridge, and along with their union team, make a winning combination for the success and the good future of this plant. It's always good to see a company who commits and invests in the future of building current and future products in the United States. Ford Motor Company today, with their announcement of continued investment in this plant, has shown its confidence in the productivity, viability, and work ethics of the American workforce, but more importantly, of the workforce here at Kentucky Truck Plant. You know, the membership here, as Scott said, they're the backbone of this facility, and I believe they need to be congratulated. Without the membership and the men and women out there on the line putting the trucks together, none of this would be possible. So on behalf of Region 8 and UAW, we want to thank you for your efforts. And so with that, I want to turn it over to Daryl Nolan, Administrative Assistant to Vice President Jimmy Settles.
Good morning, Kentucky Truck Plant. All right, let's try this one more time. Let me make sure I'm in the right place. Good morning, Kentucky Truck Plant. All right, that's a little bit better. As Brother Mike stated, I am Daryl Nolan, Administrative Assistant to Vice President Jimmy Settles of the National Ford Department. So, of course, I bring greetings from the Vice President. Many of you may know he's a little bit under the weather, but he's recuperating, getting better. So he gave me the charge and the challenge to come represent him today. And it is with that it's truly an honor. It was last year that I had the opportunity to come here to KTP, and as Joe Hendricks stated clearly, you know, they invested in this location because of the success you've had through the years. But before I get into what I know is important, I want to pay homage and respect. You know, coming out of an assembly plant 27 years ago back in Michigan, I'll be honest, as I stand here today, I really didn't understand the importance of, you know, political relationships on the government level, and didn't quite understand the relationships involving the corporations and also organized labor. But as I stand here today, I stand here a wiser man. I want to thank Governor Beshear for all his hard work and dedication and his commitment to the men and women here at Kentucky Truck Plant, as well as the men and women over at Louisville Assembly Plant. To have an official who serves in office, to make sure that he does the right things under his watch, to make sure that we all have jobs, we salute you here at the UAW, from the National Ford Department, from the regional leadership, from the local leadership. Thank you for a job well done, and enjoy retirement. And of course, I'm not gonna leave your mayor out. Had the opportunity as well to be in several meetings with him when it's, something, obviously some great news. And I wanna thank Mayor Fisher for his hard work and dedication, because as I said earlier, when you're out on that assembly line working day in and day out, you oftentimes don't understand what goes on behind the scenes in terms of working relationships to make sure that we can compete in this competitive industry. Because by the way, it is competitive. And I believe everybody here today truly understands that. So I also want to thank all the other leaders that are here. I want to thank Brother Scott Eskridge. I want to thank Brother Mike Abel. I want to thank Brother Todd Dunn. But more important than that, I want to thank the men and women that come in every day. You leave your families. You come into this workplace and you give your all. And you compete in this industry. And as I said probably 30 seconds ago, it's competitive. I had the opportunity this morning. I always try to educate myself by pulling out my smartphone and trying to find out what's happening in the trends in the industry. And from reading what I read today, the Super Duty is competing. But I'm selfish just like everybody else in this room. I want the men and women, no doubt, continue to step up to the plate and accept the challenge of making sure that the customers that receive the products that we build are the best in its segment. From what I understand, we have like over a 40% market share. I'm hoping like heck, because one, the vehicles you produce here, not just the Super Duty, but the Expedition and Navigator, make a lot of money. And in turns, when you make a lot of money, it's profitable for everybody. Profitable for the corporation, profitable for us as the UAW membership that come into work every day. So with that, I want to close by saying this. There are a lot of great things that take place here in Kentucky. You got some great basketball teams. You got the Kentucky Derby. And oh, by the way, yeah, I'm sure many of you know, you produce some very good bourbon. But let's send another message to the world. Let us together, salary and hourly, build the best Super Duty, Expedition, and Navigator that we can build for our customers who take care of us every single day. Thank you and God bless.
Thank you, Darrell, for coming down and participating with us today on our special day. So this is really an exciting time for the team here at Kentucky Truck Plant. It takes incredible passion, skill, dedication, hard work by all of my colleagues to make an announcement like this possible. So I'd like to take this time to thank all the senior leadership of Ford Motor Company, the United Auto Workers, for making this investment in the future here at Kentucky Truck Plant. I would like to thank the team here at Kentucky Truck Plant for building best-in-class trucks that we're all extremely proud of. In closing, thank you to all of our special guests in attendance today, including members of the Ford leadership team, the UAW, and many of our partners in government and in media. So thank you very much. This concludes our session today.